Hey everybody, Scott Travels 87. This is I know I'm delaying on this one. I'm not going to try to deny I'm a day late. I was really just searching into this. The rumors are Comcast, the cable company, to buy Carnival. There's rumors flying around the internet that says Comcast, the cable people, who also own a good share of Universal Studios, wants to buy Carnival. And of course, well, let's look into those facts today. This is all this is. So if you don't want to hear it, turn it off. I'm not gonna have any other. I'll have some funny points along the way, but this is just an interesting thing, and to look it up and find these really interesting facts are just wow. Of course, the first thing is everyone would say, wouldn't it be cheaper to buy NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line Group, for $10 billion with 19 ships and 8 on the order? Well, needless to say, we're going to review things, but Comcast can't buy Carnival. They don't have the equity. I'll even talk about their history. They came from 1963, Comcast, as American cable company, and they formed together with another cable company to be Comcast. Brian Roberts runs the things now at Comcast, and he's a hotshot and runs his mouth. With $15 billion in equity and $85 billion in actual worth, they'd be hard stretched to even have the money to buy Carnival. Carnival's worth $39 billion stock-wise. Yeah, I mean, and according to the cruise industry magazine I put up the other day, it says the secondary market, it talks about cruise ships for sale. Now, will we see Comcast, Universal buy cruise ships? Oh, yeah. But buy Carnival? No. Will they buy a Carnival ship? Well, according to the book, Carnival always never publishes in the book or publicize that they have ships for sale, but they do have ships for sale. They hint at it. And their history, they always sell the bottom ships. So let's see, the 2 to 3 bottom ships would be Freedom, Sunshine, which is the poop cruise, and of course Splendor, the last of that class smaller ship from the 90s. Splendor would be the next to really go. Sunshine was the poop cruise, and with the bad publicity, Carnival would take anything to get rid of those ships. So, I have a couple. I can't confirm this part, but I do have people who were saying that Comcast was talking to Carnival and asked for 5 ships. Carnival laughed and said, "You don't have any ships, and you don't understand the logistic and game to this. You're better off with 1 to 2 ships." And then you have to retrofit it and paint the ship your style, and then find a staff and food, and contact Cisco to get deliveries to port, and that's already a big logistic problem as it is in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Cape Canaveral, Tampa area. I mean, yet another ship is going to be, woo. And they said they would be better off with that. Now, the only way Comcast, let's play devil's advocate. How could Comcast actually seize Carnival? If this was to happen, let's say they would need to hostile buy out the stock. The only way they're going to do that is spend the money they have, which would not be approved. That would put them too short of money to really survive, or I mean, that would pull more than half of the money they have, and you can't run a business on less than half equity. They would need to a bank or a private equity firm, but they would have to give equity to or stocks to the bank to get the money they would need to buy out them. Again, when you give away that much stock, you're really who's in control at that point. And we've all seen what private equity does, and we're talking private equity have 10%, not 25%. Private equity makes your life living hell in 10% and demands this, and watch everything crumble away. And of course, like Ryan Roberts did last time when he tried to bid for Disney years ago, he didn't have the money, and the bank say, you can have it, but I need this. And he goes, I'm not working for the bank. I'm no longer going to be under the pressure of a bank. So this is just, Comcast will not buy Carnival out because they don't have the money to do it. And to get the money, they would need backing of a bank or a private equity, which, like he said before, I'm not working for a bank. I'm not having a boss over me. Will they buy ships from Carnival? Oh, yeah. That's actually the best way, because I've looked through this book, and I'll tell you, some of the ships aren't even in water. They haven't ran in years. That's not what you want to buy when you buy a ship. You want a ship that's running, moving, floating in water. And Carnival has a very good record of maintenance, says the poop cruise. Every ship goes into dry dock for maintenance, oil changes, other engine work, painting. These 3 ships would be the best for Universal. These have water parks up top, which would stay with no changes at all. The ships are older and with smaller crew and smaller people to start with, which would be the best, because you can't always look at MSC. They don't have full ships. And they're bigger cruise line with bigger money back them because of the shipping company behind them. They don't have full ships. It would take years for the Universal ships to get fuller, and can you see? I'll try to look for it, but I mean, the joke is SpongeBob painted cruise ship, or Harry Potter cruise ship painted, or I don't even know where. Maybe one with Super Mario. Maybe, you never know what the theme would be. And then, redoing the insides wouldn't be that hard. Most of the, rooms would probably be the same, with new coloring and sheets and fabrics, more Nickelodeon colors, shall we call them. So, there's my take on it, and what I've talked to people and talked to other bloggers who cruise, and Comcast buying Carnival? No. Comcast buying ships from Carnival? Oh, yeah. So, it'll be interesting to see. Some say, wouldn't they sell the former Italian ships, Costas? I said, no, those are too fancy. Universal would be family friendly. You want ships that are already kind of family friendly, and these ships, water slide, water park, bars, yeah, those would not change at all, and you know, yeah. All right. Have a good night.